So don't forget, if you have a question, feel free to ask. So here we are. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. So this week on our watch list we have V10 1S BO. So on that BO, that means we are expecting a buying opportunity. Where is that V10 1S? So here we are on that V10 1S. It's not actually V10 1S. Okay, let me just go to V10 1S. Okay, here we are. Ooh. All right. So what are we having there? What are we seeing? What are we looking at? We are looking at V10 1S and we are expecting a buy opportunity. So this one is actually, we are actually looking at it. This one is actually our weekly time frame. Okay. So on our weekly time frame, these green lines there that you see. Okay, let me just zoom in so that everyone can see. Okay, this green line there, as you can see. So this WHH, that means higher high. Okay, weekly higher high. The reason I said weekly higher high is because this is actually on our weekly time frame. So this area here, they're actually the strong areas for a return. So it is likely that whenever the market goes all the way up to this point, there is a higher possibility that it might turn back or play a bit there before it goes up or before it shoots up. So what we are expecting a buy opportunity, meaning in the meantime, before it reaches this point here, we might be able to take whatever profit that is in this area. Okay. So also this one is actually the support level. So what it means is that as you can see that previously during this period here, you can see that it failed to break this one down. Even here, it tried, but then again, it failed, which is why this candlestick here formed. So looking at this candlestick here, as you can see right there, you can see that the buyers were in control for the whole of last week. So they were in control. So what it means is that it is much more expected that the market will continue to go up until it reaches this level. But then even if we enter, I won't even consider putting my TP right there. I will just put it somewhere before this point just to be safe. Okay, so as you already know that what we do, we normally go from highest or from higher time frame all the way down to the lower time frame. So I normally use from weekly time frame, daily time frame, H4, H1, and then I skip that M30 and then go to M15 for entrance. I use M15 for entrance, guys. So before we can go to our M15 time frame, our H1 must allow us or give us that confirmation to buy. And before we can consider H1, our H4 need to confirm or allow us to buy, and then so on. So currently our weekly time frame says that we must buy. Then going down with our time frame, going to daily time frame, what do we see there? This one is yesterday's candlestick. As you can see there, you can see that, okay, the sellers or the bears were in control, but then the strength was not that much, meaning this one or the current trend that is happening there, it was expected, but then that's not how we trade. We need to make sure that our daily time frame also allows us to buy. How do we know that it allows us to buy? Meaning the bulls must be in control. Okay, the bulls must be in control with a strong buying pressure. Okay, so as it is happening now, it seems like the bulls will be in control for today, and then tomorrow we'll consider buying. That means the only time we'll be allowed to buy will be tomorrow, because we need to wait for the current running candlestick to close for it to be confirmed for a buy. Okay, so we need to wait for this candlestick or the candlestick that is running now for it to close. So normally it closes around 2 a.m. So when it closes, then if it closes with a strong buying pressure, then we're going to consider buying tomorrow, immediately from that 2 a.m. onwards. Okay, so if it closes with bulls being in control, then we're going to have to go down to our H4. Okay, so from that H4, go down to our H1 and then M15 for the entrance. Currently, if you are a risk taker or whatever you might call it, you can enter. Then that is what I'm telling you is just according to my strategy. There are more than million strategies out there in the market. You just need to pick one and then stick to it, of which is I'm doing right now. Okay, so this one is our weekly strategy. So yeah, we are waiting for the current daily candlestick or this candlestick here to close for us to consider buying. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is what we are actually expecting. So on the next one, we have jump 25. And don't forget, if you have any question, feel free to ask. Don't wait for the end before you can ask. Just ask like, yeah, you can ask anytime. Okay. All right. So here we are. So we have jump. Okay. Yeah, go on.
Sir, can you tell me about how to identify support and resistance levels?
Okay. So looking at this, the support level. The support level, what can I say, is like the ground floor. You know where you are. There might be, you might have, or you have a ground floor where you are sitting or where you are standing, and then at the top there is a ceiling. So it is more like the ground floor is called the support, and the ceiling is called the resistance. So just like this one, right here, this is our support. So at the support, what do we do, or what do we consider at the support? At the support, we always must consider buying unless that support is broken. So if it is broken and we are now below that support now change to the resistance again. Okay. So if this right here, let me just zoom out so that you can see. If this area here was broken, just like as it was attempted right there, if it was broken and then the market is now there, it would have been now a resistance. Now we would have been looking for another support level, which is which would have been down there somewhere there. Okay, so this higher high, or the HH, this is the higher high, and this is the lower high. because previously this one was higher than this level here. I don't know if you get me there. This level was higher than this one, which means it was higher than the previous high. Now, because things have changed, it went all the way down and then went up again, only to create this higher, but then which is lower than the previous high. Now, currently, it is much more likely that it might turn somewhere there and go down somewhere around there. Okay, so I don't know if I answered your question or maybe I fumbled a bit. Do you understand?
Yes,
the
sir. Thank
difference
you.
between a support. Okay, all right. So on this one, on V10 1S, we will be expecting a buy if everything continues to be like this. So I hope everyone who have been following me, you now know, you can now tell when to expect a signal and when not to, because of the strategy that I always tell you how I trade, if you know my style. Okay, so let us go to jump 25. Jump 25. Where is this jump 25? Here we are on jump 25, starting from our weekly time frame. Okay. Okay. All right. So on jump 25, we are actually expecting a selling opportunity. But then this one is a little bit tricky. Why? Because as you can see there, this area here where I said buy zone 1, this one was previously my support. Okay, last week it was my support, but then as far as it seems now, it seems like that support has been broken. So which is why it was written like this. It was my buy zone 1 and buy zone 2. But then again, because it is now in the middle of the zone here, which there is no support, so I'm expecting to join the sellers and take whatever small amount of profit there from where it is now to somewhere there. But then immediately when it enters this zone here, I must consider taking my profit. Okay, but then still again, the weekly time frame says that I can expect a sell opportunity. But then what is our daily time frame say? What does it say? What is it telling us? Okay, let us go there to our daily time frame and see if it also agrees with us. Okay, looking at this candlestick here. Okay, let me just zoom in. Looking at this candlestick here, the previous candlestick, as you can see, it is clearly that the sellers are not that much in power currently as we speak, or according to the previous daily candlestick. It seems that the sellers, okay, they are in control, but then their selling pressure is very, very low. Okay, so that means the bulls can take over or the bears can take over. Anything can happen there because the sellers are not that much they do not have that much power. Okay, so we are going to wait for the daily candlestick to have that power, to have that strength, and therefore we're going to have to join only if they have that selling pressure or that selling power. Okay, you already know, like from there we're going to go to H4, look for the same thing, H1 look for the same thing, and 15 look for the same thing. So if ever like I give, like right now I send our watch list on the group, and then you can see. So every day like you can just check how did these instruments performed. If you see that, for example, on this jump 25, you see that our daily time frame, or that's the first thing you're gonna check. You're gonna check for the daily time frame. If that daily time frame shows that the sellers were in control and the selling pressure was that high, then you can know that, okay, I can expect a sell from here. I can expect a sell. Now, how do we determine the selling pressure of an instrument or of a quote? We determine the selling pressure or the buying pressure by the length of the candlestick. Just like this one, look at this candlestick here. Just want to show you this one. Just look at this candlestick here. The length, the length of the body, actually. You see this body here. It was very long. That means the selling pressure was high, meaning the strength of the sellers was great. Compared to this one, the body is this area, is this area between the opening price and the closing price. This area here is the body. So if this area here is quite long, it means that the sellers are in control and the selling pressure is high. So you want to join it when it is like that. You want to join the sellers when their body is like this, or more equal to this one. Okay. So looking at this one, you can see that the strength was very low. So you shouldn't have considered selling there. Another reason being because it was actually at the support level. Okay. So you didn't have to consider selling there or buying there because neither of them is having control. Okay. So we are going to wait for the daily candlestick to confirm, or the strength of the daily candlestick to confirm with us before we can sell that one. Okay, the next one, what do we have on the next one? Next one we have range 100. Don't forget, guys, if ever you have a question, feel free to ask. If you're watching it, okay, I know that some other people will be watching this from maybe YouTube. You can put a comment there if you have a question. All right, we have range 100. On range 100, next to it, there is a BO, meaning we are expecting a buying opportunity. Okay. So here we are, starting from our weekly time frame. Okay. Okay. Last week, what happened there? Yeah, that was excellent. Excellent. You know, like, yeah. What you can say, what you are looking at there is quite good. And it happened in one day. It was only this day. I don't know when was it, but then, okay, it was on the 24th November. Yeah, I don't know where it was. Or today is Sunday. Oh, that's Thursday, right? It was on Thursday when this one happened. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, looking from our weekly time frame there, you can see that even viewing from the previous one, you can see that this one was actually our low. This level here was our low, and this one was our high. This W there, everywhere you see W, it means that I put this using my weekly time frame. So this one is my low on my weekly time frame. This one is my high, was my high on previous week or weekly time frame. Okay, so after this, you saw that it went up, which created our higher high, and then went down there to retest, and then it shoot up our higher high again. Okay, as it stands now, you can see that the buyers or the bulls are in control currently using our previous week candlestick there. So it is much more expected because you do not want to go against the trend. If the market is going up, you need to make sure that whatever opportunity you see, it must be a buying opportunity. You do not want to look at the market and see that the trend is going up, but then when you are looking at it, you see a selling opportunity. That one is a trap. You're gonna lose money trading like that. So we need to try by all means to make sure that we follow the trend. So in this case, the buyers or the bulls are in control, so we need to make sure that we join them. Okay, how do we join them? Here's how we do it. Our weekly time frame says that, okay, they were buying, and then what is our daily time frame say? Okay, looking at this candlestick here, let me just zoom in so that everyone can see. Looking at this candlestick here, right there, from 1, 2, or even looking at this, the previous daily candlestick here, you can see that, okay, the sellers or the bears were in control, but then again, the strength was very little. Okay, so we need to make sure that our daily candlestick is strongly buying before we can enter or before we can consider entering for that day. So before you can you can wait and expect for a signal from me, make sure that you have analyzed this instrument on our watch list on a daily basis and see if there is anything that is promising, because last week I ended up giving you guys signals not from our watch list, simply because I saw that it have been quite some time before since I have given you some signals. So I just sent you guys from my daily trading strategy. So I just did that, and then we made a profit this previous week. Okay, so yeah, we'll be waiting for this daily candlestick to give us a go ahead before we can consider entering for that day. So for today, we are not expecting a buy. We're gonna see what happens tomorrow at around 2 a.m. From 2 a.m., we're gonna see how how it performed and if we can expect a signal. Okay, so this is how it is then. Then on the last one, we have range 200. Range 200. Oh, yeah, range 200. Yeah, range 200. Nah. Okay, I don't know what is happening there. It is acting funny. Looking at this right there. Oh. Some people made money when it did like that, but I think it was very few. And some, if you were in, but then most, if you were in right there, if you know what you are doing, if you entered somewhere there, then you made a lot of profit there, because as you can see, it went all the way down to where it began, according to this chart. Okay, all the way down to where it began. Okay, right there. It only stopped at the beginning. So once again, we are expecting a sell, but then that sell must be really confirmed, like really confirmed, because this zone should be broken. That's what we are expecting. We are expecting this zone to be broken according to the strength. This one, very strong. The sellers came in hard on this one. Okay. So we are expecting a sell. Again, we're going to go down to our daily time frame, and then by the look of things there, you can see that previously on our daily candlestick there, you can see that there was nothing much that happened yesterday and even the day before. And all that, it also happened on Thursday. So it was more like a switch, like what happened on range 100 happened opposite on range 200. So we're expecting a sell there. Okay. So yeah, that's how it is. So that's it for today, guys. If ever there is anyone with a question, feel free to ask. Guys. Do not hesitate. Right, and even on my WhatsApp, I hope you have my contact there. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Don't even hesitate. So we'll be expecting all this, or only for this coming week. Okay, guys. So it seems no one is having a question. So thank you guys for attending, and anyone who will be watching this, thank you guys. Have a great weekend ahead of you. Thank you.